Uh-oh. Homan's on the warpath. He is on the warpath. Let's see what they talking about here. Let's see what they talking about.
He's been the only Democrat that's willing to work with this administration as a mayor. Chicago resisting, LA resisting, and it looks like Tom Homan has accepted the invitation from Mayor Adams to have a meeting today to talk about what they're going to do once he takes off.
Right. We're not asking for a lot.
No.
We're asking for access to criminals.
That's right.
Have the detainers honored. Give ICE a chance. By the way, I thought it was a great, Robert Holden, a Democrat from Queens, said if you want to show that Mayor Adams, talk is great, but if you want to show that you're sincere, set up the ICE office.
Years ago, you'd never see a mayor with an earring in his ear. Ever.
At Rikers again. Because they closed it down because they don't want to let...
He's also considering, Eric Adams is also considering...
You need to do something with that nose hair.
Getting rid of the sanctuary city status.
That's right. So Tom Homan pictured right there is going to be meeting with the mayor of New York. It's interesting. On Monday night, Tom Homan was at an event, and he revealed, we know that the deportation plan, on a wide scale, you know what American city they're going to start in? They're going to start in Chicago. He was a guest Monday night at a holiday party for Law and Order Pact. This is one of the quotes, according to CBS in Chicago. Tom Homan said, Chicago's in trouble because your mayor sucks and your governor sucks. And so he said, it's going to start in Chicago right after the inauguration. And Homan asked the Mayor Johnson and Governor Pritzker to come to the table and help with the biggest deportation in history. And here's the other quote. He said, if your mayor doesn't want to help, he can step.
And we would never see a mayor with a mohawk cut. Come on now. Anybody grew up? Come on now. They grew up with me. 80s kids, 90s kids, even 2000s kids. What mayor had a damn mohawk? All right.
Step aside. There's Johnson right there. But if he impedes us, Tom Homan said, if he knowingly...
And he got burst fade like me with it.
I will prosecute him. So that's new. Now Tom Homan is suggesting if these people in the sanctuary city do impede the federal government, he's going to press charges.
Uh-oh.
You can't harbor
well.
No.
You can't.
Might go to jail. You willing to go to jail, Mr. Mayors?
There's already a federal statute. And that's all they're saying right now is that when we come to pick them up, they're already in custody, or they're already in a certain community. The residents are upset. Just get out of the way.
Proof from the residents themselves. Listen to them speaking out against their mayor. Watch.
Mayor Brandon Johnson, you took an oath to uphold the Constitution. Or when you took an oath was only intended...
I heard about this clip, and I meant to do a reaction to it. But there's a bunch of black folk in here going off.
Fight for the 10th and 14th Amendments regarding illegal aliens. We don't want illegals in our community. We don't want migrants terrorizing our own people. And to have y'all sit up here and say, we have to accept $70 million being given to them when you got black people who are already and need help, it is a disgrace.
All people. And that, by the way, we could have played 12 of these.
No.
So the people agree with Tom.
Well, and you could see in that wide shot, you could see that some people were wearing, you could see red shirts. You know what the red shirt said? Chicago flips red. So essentially, he's getting in.
Okay.
Let me just finish this up. So essentially, those people who are showing up are suggesting, okay, you don't listen to me. Just remember, politics have consequences, and we could flip this down red, which would be rare.
I'm so glad this is their message. Finally. Because you've been to Chicago how many times?
I mean,
Gianna Caldwell's brother was killed there, and it's very dangerous already. The money needs to go to the residents. It doesn't need to go to the illegals.
Well, Ainsley, and when I was there a few months ago, they're showing this now. We're showing this now, but we covered this leading up to the election.
Yeah,
they have shut down schools of kids and the community. They said they didn't have any money for it. And then
Why
they
do that?
reopened them.
To shut them down.
Well, they shut them down because the city said, here's the airport. They said, we don't have any money to fund this school or this community center. But then they reopened them, found the money magically for the illegals there. Y'all remember when I was in there as well? I was outside of one of the holding
That's
facilities.
dirty.
There's drug
Now that's
bags
dirty.
all outside of the place where they clearly have some type of illegal substance there. And the residents have been crying out for help for a long time, and the mayor is still giving a backhand.
I know. Why is the mayor
It's
doing that? He's not
crazy.
listening to the people.
But you know what's interesting is that the people he thinks he's representing, he doesn't understand. He's going by an old playbook. He thinks that if I go to the bat for inner city America or for minorities in my city, I'm going to make the hard decision against the law enforcement. But law enforcement and his people actually agree he's the impediment.
Yes.
So is the Denver mayor the impediment.
Yeah.
Denver is falling apart, crushing on its own weight. Per capita, more illegals, more immigrants than even New York City. And all this mayor cares about, I'm going to fight for my people. Do you understand that your people are asking you to get out of the way?
And he once agreed.
Yeah.
He told us in an interview that they're at their breaking point. Magically, when Donald Trump is elected, then he turns back to the same old thing. So you can't just resist because it's Trump. You got to do what
That's
your
so
people are asking
stupid.
you to do.
And the Chicago people are simply saying, look, you're spending too much money on the migrants. And you know what? You know what I think the people of Chicago would like? A Department of Government Efficiency.
How long is
They
he-
need a Doge in
You don't
Chicago.
know how long he's in office?
Well, he just
I know
got
it's
it.
like
about
a
3
year
more
ago?
years
Yeah.
left. It's like a year, 2.5 years, I would say. I'd say also they are in the
They got to
red.
get it right. They
Yeah,
got to
they're
get
right.
it right. And
Yeah, I don't even know how
They
long
continue
governors'
to
terms
elect
are.
These individuals that,
And that's
that
why
aren't
Tom-
common sense.
And that's why Tom Homan is starting in Chicago.
The crazy thing is he was second and they had the runoff and he ends up winning because
But Chicago reminds me of New York.
How long are governors' terms?
According to NJ.gov,
4 years.
the governor serves a 4-year term.
Okay.
The governor may serve any number of
All right, thank you.
Remember, they were great cities. Great cities. I still love New York. Y'all know I love New York. But it's different.
Chicago's beautiful.
Chicago was a clean mini New York. I used to always say I love to go visit my college friends in Chicago. But now we're hearing all these stories about, Carly, Carly.
A clean mini New York? I would love to see that.
There, they had an apartment there. Her husband.
Yeah, and there was a
I've never understood the love for New York because whenever I go there, it's loud, it's stanky, it's dirty, it's crowded. Yeah, I mean, it's too much hustle and bustle for me. I get it, I say I didn't understand it, but you know what I mean. Its term is, it's just it's too much, man. I can't find no damn trees and plants and flowers except for damn Central Park. It's like, God, man, it's like just gray cement buildings all over the place. It's just I don't know. It's nothing comfortable. I like comfort. I like to see trees, grass, water, rivers, mountains. I like to see stuff like that. I don't. Those people grew up there. I get it. It's like it's all you know. You grew up there, but man.
I will never forget the mass shooting that took place outside our old apartment in Chicago, just across
Nice
the street.
area?
Yes.
Nice area,
Beautiful
right?
area, drive-by
Wow.
shooting.
All the
at a
great
gas
stores on
station
Michigan
and-
Avenue, a lot of
yeah.
them were closing down.
Exactly, and an innocent person was hit. So that's a jarring reality for a lot of people living in Chicago.
I'm Steve Ducey.
So Chicago is first. Oh boy, and if you play around, you will have charges pressed against you. Well, it is what it is. Follow the law. 10 million subscribers.